Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about 3 unconventional tips to get the most out of college. If you haven't already, check down below and hit that subscribe button. And with that, we will jump to tip number 1. So the first unconventional tip is this. In order to get the most out of college, you need to have the mindset of a college dropout. Now, if I asked you why you were in college, you'd probably say, well, I'm here to get a degree. And while I don't think going to college is a bad thing or getting a degree is a bad thing, I do think that if you're a degree-focused student, that will limit you. So let's explore this idea a little bit. The degree-focused student takes a bare minimum approach to their education. Typically, this student will do just enough to get by and nothing more. They're simply trying to pass the class. Now, if you've been in college for a little bit, you quickly realize that there are only 2 hard things to do in college. 1, to learn from a class, and 2, to fail a class. And if you do find it difficult to pass a class, check out the video below on how to make college easy. Because if you have the right approach, I do think it can be very easy to pass classes in college. So I want you to do this. Imagine that you won't have a degree to fall back on, and imagine that each day you spend in college could very well be your last. This attitude totally reorients your priorities. And instead of being focused on just getting a degree, you'll be focused on gaining knowledge, building connections, and expanding your skill set and experience. Having this dropout mindset will set you apart from the rest of your peers. And who knows, maybe one day you'll drop out and start your own business. The most successful people have done just that. So, tip number 2 is this. Pay for college yourself. Now, I know this can be a big challenge. It is for me. But I would encourage you, when you have your own money invested in college, you're going to get so much more out of it. When you have that skin in the game and it's your own money on the line, you're going to study for that test tomorrow. And if you put the money in, you're going to put the time in to match it. Now, unfortunately, so many students come to college and waste their time and most time their parents' money because their parents are footing the bill in a lot of these cases. Now, many parents and grandparents want to contribute to college and want to help you pay for it, and I think that's a good thing. But I would encourage you, you have the option to say no. Look for creative ways to generate money. Look for scholarships, work opportunities, or a way to generate free room and board. And if you haven't checked out the video below about how to pay for college, check that out. I think you're going to get the most out of college if you pay for it. Last but not least is tip number 3. And tip 3 is this. Don't try to get good grades. Now, this single tip has totally changed the way I approach my education. And the concept is this. Simply focus on learning. Good grades should be a consequence of good learning. And grades can be a great and valuable tool to measure learning, but when you make getting good grades your sole priority, you're not going to learn as much, and I think it's actually harder to get good grades. And that's the big secret that no one ever tells you. It's way easier to get good grades if you don't try to get good grades. If you approach every class with the attitude of trying to learn as much as you possibly can, it'll be really easy for you to do well on that next test and the next assignment. I think for me, this has been huge to walk into class and just try to learn as much as I can. It has been very true that it is way easier to get good grades and I get more out of my classes. So to recap, if you want to get the most out of college, you have to do a few things differently. So these unconventional tips are: have the mindset of a college dropout, pay for school yourself, and don't try to get good grades. Now, these tips have all helped me be successful in college, and I hope they will do the same for you. If you have any unconventional college advice of your own, please drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see it, and other viewers would as well. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.